All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Real Talk video. I pray all is well, everybody, as we thank the Most High for another blessed day. Just giving the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise. In this Real Talk video, I want to talk about I'm not leaving you a will, but I'm going to leave you a want. I'm not leaving you a will, but I'm going to leave you a want. And I want to give a shout out to Special K38, powerful email, awesome question. What's my take on in the black race, how a lot of people don't leave their children nothing behind, and they get a headache behind what's going on when the loved one die. And let me tell you something, that's a powerful question. It's not stupid, it's not dumb by a long shot. The Bible shows, I can't even go into all the scriptures about how this holy word shows so much about inheritance. In the Old Testament especially, how it shows how important family is, what the oldest child would get, how they worked hard, and there wasn't no such thing as you finna be left behind with all this crazy stuff like you see nowadays, unless you see a dysfunctional family. And I tell anybody about the Bible, King David had a very dysfunctional family. If you catch the Bible, David had a messed up, jacked up, dysfunctional family. But according to who you are and how you live your life and how you raise your children is very important. Now in the black race, it's more single moms now. So in most of the houses, there is no father figure. There is no daddy. I'm going to say like that, because of being locked up or selling drugs. But not everybody. I have to make that point. Not everybody in the black race, fathers, men, or in prison or dead or on the street corner selling dope. There are some good men out here, and I hate to use the term black, but I'm going to use the term black anyway in this video. But black people, I just can't accept that. But y'all know why. But in the black race alone, man, when you start talking about inheritance, now it's been some that have died and have left some awesome things, some wonderful things to their loved ones, to their children. But the majority, when somebody dies in the black household, the home, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of falling out. It's so much confusion and so much division that it's a shame, my brothers and sisters. So in the majority of the black houses, there is no will, there is a want. Or there is bills. You know what, I hate to say this like this, but most black children are dying the same way their parents die when they get older and live and try to start living longer. They die with the same thing. What do you mean? Well, I always say it like this. What they leaving behind a lot of times is cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, struggling, bills on top of bills, stuff just so out of order. Instead of leaving a will, there is no will. There is no inheritance. There is a lot of mess. Because a lot of people just didn't handle business when they was alive. Some did, but look how many didn't. And one thing about taking care of business, if you don't take care of business, business gonna take care of you. You know, I was just talking to this young lady the other day at the store. She just buried her mama, and her mama lived a crazy lifestyle. We know her mama very well, but she just buried her mama, and she said, my mama didn't leave me nothing but a bunch of BS. And she said, all my mama life, all she did was ran the streets. She partied, she hoed around, she was always drunk, she was always high, she had this many boyfriends, baby daddy over here. My mama was never stable. She couldn't raise us. We was raised by somebody else. So my mama left behind BS. And I thought about that and I said, sister, but you're not by yourself. You're not the only one who mother lived like that, who father was never around. I mean, but that's sad. And that's why so many people have grown up full of anger as a child, and then they're grown up full of anger still. They never let it go. And those type of parents got to really give an account and answer to the Most High on why they wasn't obeying the Most High by raising their children right. See, it's a lot of jacked up parents out here. Then it's a lot of good ones. But then you gotta catch when the Bible say children obey your parents. But when your parents ain't obeying the Most High, that's tough. Most of us in the black race don't watch our parents OD, get high, get drunk, punish themselves. Most of our parents right now are fighting with diabetes. Just say amen. Just tell the truth. They fighting with lung cancer. They fighting with high blood pressure. I mean, you name it. I mean, it's out there. And that's why when you start talking about inheritance, it's never really inheritance. You take on some mess. We don't want to eat right because, well, this is the way mama ate. This is the way grandma ate. This is the way they did it back then. Hey man, it's traditional. Man, the hell with tradition. What has tradition really done for anybody if you really think about it? Just because something has been done for so long don't mean that it was done right. It's a lot of older folks did stuff the wrong way, but some tried to do it the right way. See, the reason why, let me hit you with this scripture. And I'm going to just say this one scripture. Proverbs. What is it? 13 and 22. Proverbs 13 and 22 says that a good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. So think about it. If your parents was just heavy sinners, all they did was party and got drunk, it kind of like the movie Menace to Society. Look at Cain when he was little, and look at his parents. One parent, the dad, a dope dealer, street life, thug life. He would give dope to his own wife, Cain mama. His mama strung out on drugs. So Cain grew up with what? What was he gonna get as an inheritance? Boy didn't even make 20 years old in the movie. Think about that. Now think about the hood. Think about how many people are selling dope to their own mama. Inheritance, it's got to start with the parents being right. But I'm going to say this also, just because your parents might have messed up, that don't mean you have to wind up the way they wind up. You can be a better man or a better woman, and you can leave your child something to fall behind. When I say fall behind, I mean that in a good way. Well, my mama worked, my daddy worked. Hey, man, my mama made sure I was going to have this house. I didn't have to worry about struggling for no house, no car. She left this money around for me. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. That means not only are your children going to be all right, but your grandbabies. And when you train up a child in the way they should go, help us, Holy Ghost, when they get old, they should not depart from it. See, my parents didn't have a whole lot of money. I struggled growing up. I watched my parents struggle. I'm still watching struggles. But at the same time, I learned from struggling. See, this is why, I'm going to throw this at y'all. This is why I don't have habits. I don't have drinking habits, smoking habits. Habits cost too much. I take the money that I have and invest. I'm going to do it the right way. This is why I'm not hurting. I'm not trying to brag in this video, but I'm trying to make a point. This is why I'm not hurting. I'm not hurting for nothing. Because first of all, I've learned how to be a good steward. Most parents growing up, they struggled. And it's these old dumb holidays that kept most of our parents broke. I never understood why so many parents will go out to get broke or work overtime for a lie. I remember Dick Gregory was talking about how ignorant his mama was because she would go work 2 or 3 jobs just so they would have something for Christmas. Not to work 2 or 3 jobs to stack back money to have education to put them through school and college. And that is so real. We look at all these parties and New Year's parties and we'll go broke for something that's going to last one day. That's meaningless. Versus putting money on something right. We can say amen, y'all. I laugh at people who get up in these funerals talking about family if you ever need me, and they couldn't even stand the one that died. They trying to figure out who gonna get what. People are sitting up fighting over the house, fighting over the car, but ain't realizing what came with that house, what came with the car, what came with all the headache, that stuff. Just mama was in bad shape than you thought she was in. I didn't know mama had all this going on. I didn't know papa had all this going on. It looked like they had it made when they was alive, but you found out that what you was sitting up fighting over with the family, now you wish you would have never fought for it. When I see the same mistakes over and over, I try to tell people all the time, you ain't got to eat and die with all of this fat, fried stuff. I mean, it's heartbreaking. Y'all can feel my heart in this video. It's heartbreaking to see in the black race how many people go out the same way. See, everything that look good to you, it ain't good for you. I love the way I see my mama going against a lot of the stuff that she was brought up on now. I love the fact that she'll say, hey man, they didn't eat right. So my mama tries her best to eat right. And she do a good job of cutting out all that stuff. See, I'm speaking like this because, Dan, if you're looking at this video, this stuff almost killed my old man. All that red meat, people walking around with gout, diabetes, high blood pressure, what you feed into your body, once again, you becoming what you eating, which is a way to hurry up and check out. They cut my old man every way you could think of to save his life. He was out there. And then he punished it. I ain't got no shame in saying he punished his body. He'll tell you if he was sitting right there. I can't get him on camera no more. Them days is over with. But he punished his body. A lot of people punish their body, and that's why their body is in the shape that it's in now. We have to be wise, y'all. Family is very important. But I'm going to say this again. Family, friends will hurt you, but family will kill you. So, Sister Special K, the majority of people ain't getting left behind nothing at all but mess, stress, high blood pressure, drunkenness. I'm going to die like my dad. Hey, man, I ain't going to leave my kids nothing. Nah, see, I have to break that stuff. That ain't, we got to break that stuff. It's already been broke on the cross, but half of us keep running back to the same stuff. Some folk put their mama higher than the Most High. Well, mama said this. I heard what people say about that Bible, but man, mama was on it. Mama had both of her legs amputated. I'm not being funny, y'all. Trust me what I'm saying in the video. Mama died because she wouldn't stop eating right. I mean, mama wouldn't eat right. Grandma kept on putting all that stuff in. Grandma wouldn't put the cigarettes down. Papa wouldn't stop drinking. They might have been older, but some folk was older and dumber. They wasn't older and wiser. Old age, I'm getting tired of hearing wisdom come with old age. Show me that. Wisdom comes from the Most High. The Holy Spirit gives you wisdom. There's a whole lot of old fools walking around here. There's a whole lot of young fools walking around here. But wisdom comes with the Holy Spirit. And to my elders on here, the older people, I am not trying to talk down in no kind of way. And it's another thing that the elders that do this, I'm going to close when I say this, but it's another thing y'all need to stop saying. Y'all ain't went through nothing. Y'all ain't been my age. See, everybody's at a different age bracket. But just because you older, you may be in your 60s and up or 50 and up, don't tell the people that's 20 and up, 30s and up, that they ain't went through nothing. Because let me tell you something. I have went through some stuff y'all ain't never went through. Y'all went through some stuff I ain't never went through. See, we're in a different age now. And to say, youngster, you ain't with all that ain't nothing. Now that, Look at what the younger generation is dealing with now. Laws is changing every day. It's some stuff we seeing and doing that I heard some elders say, hey, youngsters, I ain't never went through that. Y'all crazy in y'all generation. We didn't go through that in our generation. Yeah, I know. You know how many people, most of the people that I deal with is older than me. When I love my people, my elders, and that's why I respect y'all so much. But when I sit in the room with an elder, I blow their mind. Because they'll say, you ain't never been my age, I done been yours, but I ain't went through what you went. Let me tell you something. From dealing with the system, from dealing with wrongly being accused of rape, from dealing with lost this, homelessness, don't know where I'm going to lay my head, to look at what we're dealing with these police officers. Not all. Shout out to the good police officers. But all police officers are not good. We see that. But you know how many times I done been pulled over because of the color of my skin? You know how many times a cop done pulled a gun on me, in my back, in my head, almost about to pull the trigger because of what I look like? I look suspicious. So don't tell me I ain't never been through nothing, because I done been through a whole. This is just this ain't even a fourth of what I done been through in my life. I can write a book, but it ain't even about all that. My point is, stop telling people they ain't going through nothing when they are. Encourage them. And if you can't relate to it, just say, I can't relate to it. See, it's hard for a drunk man to talk to a man. If a drunk is trying to get delivered, it's hard for that drunk man to talk to somebody that ain't never been drunk before. It's hard for a homosexual to get delivered listening to somebody who ain't never been a homosexual. It's hard for people to listen to somebody who ain't went through what they went through. So we got to be very careful when we tell each other, oh, you ain't went through nothing. Let me tell you something. I know some 20-year-olds, 15-year-olds who ain't never had a home, getting shipped around on a daily basis, foster care. They going through abuse in so many ways that you can't even think of. That's why I say you going through a lot, young man. Young woman, you going through so much. I'm not going to tell them they're not going through nothing. That ain't nothing. Yeah, man, you should be able to come through that with ease. Nah, that's the wrong thing to tell people. Because if you ain't never went from house to house, it's hard for you to relate to these young children who growing up without their mama. Who growing up without their mama and their daddy. I don't even know where I went in this video, but hey, I'm going to let the video roll like this. So y'all, that's my time. Let's just be careful with what we saying and what we doing. And let's keep trying to build each other. Let's build each other up and relate to each other and pray for one another. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day.